Greetings and salutations. Welcome to another episode of 365 Days of Gaming. I appreciate you taking our time to check out this video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Helps us out a lot and much appreciated. Today's episode, we're talking about a game that is just based on a simple concept, picking people up and dropping them off. But thanks to a crazy soundtrack that I'm sure you all know, and some very memorable characters in the early Dreamcast days and the end of the arcade, I'd like to talk to you about Crazy Taxi. Now, for me, what makes Crazy Taxi so fun and so memorable is two things primarily, right? The soundtrack, which everybody knows, and then just the simplicity of the game and how quick it is to jump in and have fun. This is definitely a pass the controller around type of game, and we didn't really get too many games like that around this time. This is also one of those games that anytime I see it at like a grocery store or just anywhere out in the wild, like there's a solid chance if the actual arcade cabinet is in decent condition, because a lot of times you can't actually control the steering wheel because people broke it. But if that's not the case, and we have a functioning steering wheel and paddle, and I usually, I want to pop in some quarters and see what's up, because it's Crazy Taxi. If nothing else, I'm just going to enjoy driving around with BD Joe, trying to get some of that crazy money. But this was like the end of the arcade era. Like every time I see Crazy Taxi, I kind of think about the end of arcade. So, it's kind of a bittersweet game for me. But also it was one of those games that was like, it's quick, it's fun, it's easy, but also it's very hard to do well, at least for me. I never learned how to do all the speed up things and speed boosting and all of that stuff. I'm just out here trying to get this paper. But yeah, I mean, it's quick. It's everything doesn't have to be this deep, drawn out experience. And I think Crazy Taxi encapsulates that so much, right? It's nothing but what's on the surface. It's literally just driving people around to their destinations as quickly as you can and getting the most money that you can in that day. Kind of a little depressing, just being a taxi driver and that's it, and people telling you to hurry up and you're going as fast as you can, and then she's smacking you in the back of the head talking about keep your eyes on the road. Clearly I'm looking at the road. That's how I'm driving. But anyway, you got to get these people to their stores. And also it's this game is a moment in time, for better or for worse. Some of the places that you drop people off, there's a lot of like brands that are nowhere near, at least in my opinion, at the level that they used to be. And that's kind of a funny thing to see, is a guy telling you, hurry up, man, take me to the Fila store. First and foremost, I'm not sure what fictional city this is, but I've seen stores for a lot of different shoe brands. I've never seen a Fila store. Maybe I've just lived in the wrong places. I've only lived in a handful of places in the US, and I've visited a country or two, but I've never seen a Fila store. Even when this game would have been at its peak, I didn't see a Fila store. Now I will say that KFC is still out here owning popping. If you need some chicken, they got you. And even though I'm in the South where the chicken is fantastic, I still consider it from time to time. It's an option. But then, you got people like the priest that got to get you to the church. And what I didn't realize while I was playing this until I started recording footage for this is that those people go to the same places every time. So there's technically like a route you're probably supposed to take to get the most money. I didn't figure it out, and I don't want to figure it out because it just seems like it would be taken away from the essence of Crazy Taxi, which is, get in where you fit in. Now, obviously I play as BD Joe, but for this footage, I wanted to show you all of the characters. And I was also trying my best to try to get like an S rank, which at this point seems impossible. But, I end up getting a solid B, and that's really what it's about, being solid. And Crazy Taxi, for all of its shortcomings and lack of gameplay depth, it's still really, really, really solid. So I think that deserves, to be mentioned. And I think, it's a classic in the non-traditional sense of like, pretty much everybody knows what you're talking about. If they're of a certain age, they've played Crazy Taxi. It's that type of thing. Everybody knows about your type of classic, right? And that's got to be worth something. It's not worth the S license apparently, but it's worth something in my book, and that's priceless. That doesn't have a monetary value. So, if you've played Crazy Taxi, who's your favorite character, and did you get an S rank? And if you say you did, I'll probably tell you in the comments that I don't believe you. So you got to show proof. How about that? But no, if you haven't played it and you you go into your local grocery, or if for some reason they got an arcade in there and they have a Crazy Taxi cabinet, by all means, I invite you to go ahead and pop 50 cents in. Anything more than that is just preposterous anyway. And hopefully the steering wheel and gas pedal and brake work correctly. Otherwise, you might not enjoy your experience as much as you should. But as always, I appreciate you taking out time to check out this video. Y'all have fun. Y'all be safe. Get some of that crazy money. Peace.